I want to get you out the door with every result from every league in under 15 minutes, so that you're more informed about what's going on in the world of sports.
Hey TJ, what's going on? I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler Sports and this is the Sport Report.
And I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports. Welcome to a special edition of this all crazy sports newscast.
Broadcasting from somewhere in the United States.
Hit it, Blaze.
This is the Sport Report.
Monday, April 29th, 2019.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler with Sports, and this is the Sport Report. It's time to get you caught up on what's happening in the world of sports. This is Top of the Order.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
This is Top of the Order.
Our top story comes from Oracle Arena in Oakland in the Bay Area. Golden State 104, Houston 100. My goodness, that was a lot of fun to watch. In a crazy sequence of events, the refs decided not to call a foul on Chris Paul towards the end of the game. He decided to argue the call, and he was thrown out of the game after arguing the call. Came towards the end of the game as he was shooting a basket. Foul should have been called. It was not. Golden State ended up winning the game by 4, but who knows what could have been had the foul been called. James Harden dropped 35 points for Houston. Eric Gordon had 27 points. Chris Paul had 17 for Houston. On the other side of the ball, Golden State, Kevin Durant had 35 points. It's his 35th consecutive game with at least 20 points in a playoff game. That is tied for 6th best. His record is 40 straight when he was a member of the Thunder from 2011 to 2014. Steph Curry added 18 points, and Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala each had 14 for Golden State. Since we're on the topic of basketball, let's cover the Celtics game. And they went until Milwaukee and showed everybody who's boss. 112-90 winners over the Milwaukee Bucks, the number 1 seeded Milwaukee Bucks. Boston is a 4 seed. They got off to a slow start this season, but they showed everybody why they're a championship caliber team. Kyrie Irving had 26 points and 11 assists for Boston, and Al Horford had 20 points and 11 rebounds for the Celtics as they take a 1-0 lead over Milwaukee. The Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo had 22 points and 8 rebounds. Chris Middleton added 16 points and 10 rebounds for the Bucks as well. Game 2 for both of these series will be on Tuesday night. Tonight's games are as follows. 8 p.m. Eastern, the Philadelphia 76ers are at the Toronto Raptors on TNT. Toronto leads that series 1-0. In Game 1 of their series, the Portland Trail Blazers and the Denver Nuggets will go head-to-head at the Pepsi Center in Denver, 10:30 p.m. Eastern on TNT. Now we go from the hardwood to the ice.
Back in front door, shot, scores! Bobby-O from Sanderson! Beto! Rebound chance in front. Taking his air, puck up free, score! Score! 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Around the NHL.
For the first time in 8 nights, there was not overtime hockey. Yeah, I know. It's sad, I understand, but we were treated to 2 good 1-goal games in regulation, and both were decided in the 3rd period. The Carolina Hurricanes came back from a 1-0 deficit against the New York Islanders. They win 2-1 in regulation to lead the series 2-0. Carolina will play Game 3 against the Islanders in Carolina, Games 3 and 4, that is, with a chance to sweep the Islanders. If only we could see the Islanders play at the Nassau Coliseum instead of the Barclays Center. They are 2-2 at home this postseason. The Nassau Coliseum is where the Islanders used to play their home games, and they play from time to time. They played 2 of them against the Capitals and won both of them there. They've played 2 at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn and lost both of them, both to Carolina. It was Niederreiter at 1:05 into the 3rd period who scored not too long after, and by not too long, we mean 48 seconds after Foegele, who scored his 5th of the year. Carolina 2, New York Islanders 1. In the other game, the Colorado Avalanche defeated the San Jose Sharks 4-3. Sharks jumped out to a 1-0 lead and scared a lot of Avs fans before the Avs scored 2 in the 2nd and 2 in the 3rd. San Jose fought back and trimmed the lead from 3-1 to 3-2, and then from 4-2 to 4-3. 4-3 came with 10 seconds left. Brent Burns scored his 2nd goal of the night on a power play, but it wasn't enough. The Sharks lose 4-3. The series is tied at 1, and both teams will play Game 3 on Tuesday night. There is one game in the NHL tonight, and it's the St. Louis Blues at the Dallas Stars, 8 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN. That series is tied at 1 as the Blues head to Dallas for Games 3 and 4. Now for a quick soccer update.
Name on the trophy, and Solskjaer has won it! Manchester Manchester United have reached the promised land.
This is your soccer update.
We were going to have Nigel Remington on, but there wasn't really much to report. Arsenal fell 3-0 to Leicester. United drew 1-1 with Chelsea at Old Trafford, and United are basically out of the top four. They could be playing Thursday Night Football in the Europa League next season. Meanwhile, Chelsea could be finishing top four or win the Europa League this season. A lot of storylines in play. Manchester City defeated Burnley 1-0 on Sergio Aguero's goal, making it over the line by 29 millimeters. It was very close. But in a title race with razor-thin margins, this goal was razor-thin over the line. Liverpool trail Manchester City by a point. If Manchester City pick up all 6 points from their final 2 matches, they will win the league no matter what. If not, it becomes interesting between now and May 12th on Championship Sunday. We mentioned the race for the top 4. Let's fill you in a little bit. Tottenham Hotspur are in 3rd on 70 points. They've dropped 3 of their last 4. Chelsea are in 4th on 68 points after the draw with Manchester United. Arsenal are in 5th on 66 points. They've dropped 4 of their last 5. And of course, Manchester United are 6th on 65 points. The top 4 teams in England qualify for the biggest competition in Europe. It's called the Champions League. 5th and 6th move on to the Europa League. 7th is also a battle between 4 teams. That's about to get interesting. Wolves, Watford, Leicester, and Everton. That's going to be a lot of fun going to the final day. Watford are in the FA Cup. If Manchester City win the FA Cup, 7th place gets into the Europa League. If Watford win, 5th and 6th, and Watford will get in. Finally, we go to baseball.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. And Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight and the Mets win it.
Touch 'em all, Joe. Home run! Mike Piazza.
Jeter backhands from the outfield grass. Got it! Man, what a play!
Now from Major League Baseball.
There were 15 games on the MLB slate, and 3 games went to extras with a couple of walk-off wins. Let's roll through them. In 11 innings, the Washington Nationals walked off on Matt Adams' walk-off homer in the 11th, 7-6 over the San Diego Padres. They played 10 innings on Saturday, where the Padres won 8-3. Philadelphia Phillies 5, Miami Marlins 1. This is a crazy game. In 11 innings, Toronto Blue Jays 5, Oakland Athletics 4. It was crazy because Oakland scored 3 in the top half of the 11th. Then in the home half of the 11th, it was the Blue Jays who rallied and scored 4 to win the game 5-4. Pretty incredible stuff. Blue Jays are now 500 on the season. New York Mets 5, Milwaukee Brewers 2, Minnesota Twins 4, Baltimore Orioles 1, Chicago White Sox 4, Detroit Tigers 1. Yes, same scoreline as the game before. LA Angels 7, Kansas City Royals 3, St. Louis Cardinals 5, Cincinnati Reds 2, New York Yankees 11, San Francisco Giants 5, LA Dodgers 7, Pittsburgh Pirates 6, Texas Rangers 14, Seattle Mariners 1, Houston Astros 4, Cleveland Indians 1, Boston Red Sox 2, Tampa Bay Rays 5. Yeah, we had to throw you for a little bit of a spin there and make sure you're paying attention. Atlanta Braves 8, Colorado Rockies 7. Braves scored 3 in the home half of the 8th to take the lead for good. Finally, in 15 innings. Oh yeah, you didn't hear that wrong. That's correct. 15 innings. Chicago Cubs 6, Arizona Diamondbacks 5. Cubs scored 3 in the top half of the 15th. Arizona could only muster 2 in the 6-5 loss to Chicago. Chris Sale moves to 0-5 for the Boston Red Sox with a 6.3 ERA. Let's hope he can find his stuff for the sake of the Boston Red Sox and for the sake of Major League Baseball. He's a great pitcher. He'll figure it out. Albert Pujols moves to 3rd all-time behind Hank Aaron and Alex Rodriguez after passing Barry Bonds. How about those for name dropping? Moves to 3rd all-time after his 2 RBI single in the first inning to move past Bonds. He could catch Alex Rodriguez soon. He's got 300 RBIs to reach Hank Aaron. That's the Sport Report for April 29th, 2019.
For now, I'm Chandler.
Thanks for tuning into the Sport Report today. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest in sports. Do you want to contact Chandler Sports or members of the Sport Report team? Visit sportreportcws.com. This podcast is copyrighted by the Sport Report for viewers to understand sports from a news reporting basis. Any other use of this podcast, Sport Report logos, or anything associated with this podcast without the express written consent of Chandler Sports is strictly prohibited.